President Biden pledged that federal help will be available for those affected by Hurricane Helene. It comes as the death toll rises to 119 people across 6 states, with many more missing. Biden says aid will continue for as long as it takes for states and survivors to get back on their feet.
Communities are devastated. Loved ones waiting, not sure if their loved ones are okay, and they can't contact them because there's no cell phone connections. I've directed my team to provide every available resource as fast as possible to your communities to rescue, recover, and to begin rebuilding.
President Biden says he plans to travel to North Carolina later this week to get a first-hand look at all the damage, as long as his presence doesn't divert from recovery efforts. In the meantime, as millions of Americans begin the long, expensive, and heartbreaking road to recovery, volunteers and first responders from the D.C. region are stepping up to help out. Fox 5's Bob Barnard is live outside of Montgomery County Firehouse in Rockville with that part of the story. Bob?
Hey there, Shamari. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Services personnel are on the ground right now near Asheville, North Carolina. They are joining other Maryland assets, helping to save lives turned upside down by the wrath of Helene. The death toll has now topped 100. Parts of Asheville, North Carolina, wiped off the map. Flooding from what was Hurricane Helene, claiming lives and destroying property from Florida to Tennessee. In the middle of this utter devastation, dozens of first responders from Maryland, so far rescuing more than 30 people, a half-dozen dogs and 2 cats.
They're seeing people in need of help, from small injuries to just awareness of where they are, their damage to their properties, also in inland water situations where they need to be rescued. So we've done a lot of that.
Members of the Maryland Air National Guard's HART, or Helicopter Aquatic Response Team, are now in Asheville, North Carolina. These are some of the photos they're sharing with the world. They started their work in Macon, Georgia, moved up to North Carolina over the weekend, also delivering aid and supplies to storm victims.
This hurricane has really brought a really hard time for a lot of people in a lot of different forms.
The Washington, D.C.-based World Central Kitchen also has teams in Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and North Carolina, helping to feed victims of the flooding.
It's really bad. You know, you have the combination of no electricity, no running water is a really big problem. People can't cook or do much of anything without any running water. And the access. That's why, as I'm sure you've seen, we've got multiple helicopters getting out, so many bridges washed out. But we're doing everything. We're no stranger to these types of disasters.
Sam Block is Director of Emergency Response for Chef Jose Andres' humanitarian organization.
So we've got over 30 partner food trucks spread out across the Big Bend region of Florida. There's a lot of those little communities on the coast. They're so far out, you can't even deliver food for them. So you have to, cook that food right on site. So, we're doing everything we can.
Now, Montgomery County's Urban Search and Rescue Task Force, one of 28 in the country, is in North Carolina right now. It's a team of 45 men and women, could be there as long as 2 weeks, guys.